Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. I told you guys in my return video after my almost 2 years of making videos that I was going to make a video about The Division, and so I played The Division, and let's talk about it. What are my thoughts? Do I like it? Do I think it's worth buying? I know it's on Amazon right now. It's about $30 used. They're fairly new, I noticed. Anyways, let's talk about The Division. If you don't know what The Division is, it's sort of an open world sandbox game by the company of Ubisoft, I believe. They make Far Cry, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Future Soldier, games like that recently. And so it plays kind of like that, but imagine that in an open world style. What are some of the things I like about The Division? I do like how it's open world, though I will say that the actual open world part of it doesn't exactly feel like an open world at times, because the game structure itself is very sort of linear based. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that you select a mission, you go to that mission, you complete it, you select your next mission, and you go there. There's not really a lot of freedom to do things like, like Grand Theft Auto and Far Cry and, different games like that have an open world. There's not much to do just besides those missions. I will say, though, once you actually dive off into those missions, a lot of the missions are pretty fun. They're very challenging. I died several times playing them, so they are fun missions. But as far as the open world concept, maybe Ghost Recon Wildlands, that'll come out later on this year, early next year, I believe, maybe that'll give us a better idea of what Ubisoft has in mind when they think of open world sort of sandbox concept games. As far as the gunplay go and the gunplay gameplay, the guns are very cool. You can mod your guns. You can give them all kinds of scopes and suppressors and different magazines to make the ammo capacity a lot bigger. So I do like the guns. There is, I will say, a very small limited capacity of what different kind of hairstyles and faces and that sort of thing. But it kind of shows us what Ubisoft can do when it comes to open world games. What I will say I like about the game is, as I said, the missions. The missions are very challenging. They're very fun. What The Division excels at is whenever you get 3 to 4 people, get them in a squad, have some squad-based combat, go take out a mission, go do an encounter, go save the hostages. That is where The Division really excels, because it really feels like a sort of a team squad-based gameplay, as I'm sure the Ghost Recon Wildlands that will come out later on this year, that'll feel that way. That's where The Division really succeeds. As far as graphics go, I think the graphics in The Division are really good. I will say I even kind of like the story, about this sort of, it's kind of vague a little bit, but it's not too bad. This, if you don't know about the story, this virus sort of breaks out, and you're not really trying to find a cure, I don't think, but you're trying to take care of the people that are still alive. I believe you're part of some JTK division that is just trying to go out there and trying to find, trying to help people out. What makes the division? What makes the missions in The Division so hard? Some of them is some guys with flamethrowers called the Cleaners, and they're pretty much, I imagine they're part of the military or something like that. It's, like I said, it's kind of vague. And they're pretty much, they have flamethrowers and they're trying to kill you. That's what makes it so hard, because they're not afraid to, they won't take you out from afar. They're not afraid to ambush you, get right up there. And that's when some of the gameplay mechanics of The Division get kind of wonky, because when they're right up on you, if you don't have a shotgun, there's really not much you can do besides, jump and roll around. What I do like about The Division, it's cover-to-cover based combat. So you can't, it's not Call of Duty. You can't just stand up there, run against people and expect to live, expect to kill anyone. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to get behind some cover, kind of like Gears of War or something, but a lot more strategic. That's why I like it. It's very strategic in what you do. When you throw a grenade, it shows in red who it's going to kill. You're going to have to go from this cover to this cover to this cover to actually be able to do anything and then to kill anyone. You're going to have to time your shots very well. It's not like Halo. You can't just run and gun and expect to do anything. You're going to have to, like I said, strategically and sort of realistically, base your shots very well in order to get any kills and stuff like that. But that's kind of my thoughts on The Division. What would I rate it? A 1 out of 10 review. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, when I play video games, I might nitpick them a lot, but at the end of the day, I really do like them. And to be honest with you, The Division gets a solid 2 thumbs up from me, because overall, I really enjoyed it. As I said earlier, as a recap, the graphics are really good, especially during the cutscenes. The open world, I will say, is one of the only really limitations to the game. besides some of the kind of mechanics when someone gets close to you. The open world, you can't drive any cars or motorcycles or anything like that. So if you haven't really unlocked the map, you're going to literally have to travel 8 or 9 kilometers just to get to the next deal and run or sprint all the way there. So it takes a little while to get places. So that's another kind of small complaint, is that the open world doesn't really feel like an open world at times because of the structured missions and stuff like that. But if you like stuff like that, like I do, dive deep into the missions. I think you will really enjoy the game. So, it's kind of just my first impression. I haven't beat it yet. Like I said, I'm only on, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but if not, I proceeded all the way to level 11, I believe. So I got a pretty decent chunk way of the game, done quite a few of the story missions, and overall, 2 solid thumbs up. Really enjoyed it. Like I said, Gamefly for my 30-day free trial subscription. My next game in the mail will be Mortal Kombat X. Hopefully it has a high availability, and if not, I believe I'm going to be getting Rainbow Six Siege. I'm a big fan of the Ubisoft games, some of the games I wanted to play recently. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, subscribe, or dislike, whatever, my page below, and we'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.